With something as technically superior, innovative and inevitable as the Cardano blockchain, there was always going to be a turning point where the wider crypto space wakes up and starts giving it the respect, attention and credit it deserves. For far too long now, Cardano has been unwisely ignored as a consequence of its lack of DApps and utility, but with Vasil now upon us, this is all about to drastically change. However, as I've always maintained, there's a far greater force lurking in the shadows that the majority of the crypto space is failing to identify. In my opinion, it's this that's going to drive the adoption of blockchain technology in ways far beyond the imagination of most, because what's being attempted here has never been done before and solves probably the most poignant problem we're faced with in modern civilization. The IOG World Mobile collaboration is one of a kind. No other blockchain can claim to have the strategy, technology and solution that is being implemented in real time than what we're witnessing in Cardano, with its mission to bank the unbanked and connect the unconnected. No longer is this just a thought or a plan. Huge strides are being made that place Cardano and World Mobile at the cutting edge of implementing this technology, to which their competitors, in this respect, are not even close. Welcome back for today's instalment of Cardano Insights, where we track the all-important developments at the very pulse of Cardano and its ecosystem each weekday. So let's get straight into it. First up today, let's take a look at the progress surrounding Vasil with just over 24 hours to go before the upgrade takes place. Probably the most impressive stat of them all, and a testament to the Cardano community of SPOs, here on the IOG Vasil readiness page, 99% of mainnet blocks are now being produced on version 1.35.3. Obviously this metric was met well in advance, but still great to see we're closing in on that 100%. In terms of exchanges, Coinbase and Kraken are still in progress, which, from a cooperation point of view, is a little disappointing that it's taken this long for these two to join the likes of Binance & Co. to be confirmed. But I'm confident later today when this page gets updated, we should see them come through. To date, 31 exchanges are Vasil ready, representing around 75% of liquidity, so confirmation of Coinbase should see us surpass that 80% benchmark previously set. Finally, to the DApps in our ecosystem, 8 of the 12 listed are already confirmed tested on the pre-production environment and ready to go, with only SundaySwap, MusiSwap, Via Finance and Meld who remain in testing. So let's hope the final 4 come through in the next 24 hours, or at least won't be too far behind after the upgrade takes place. For the most up-to-date information on ecosystem readiness, I've linked the page in the description below. Now, if you've been a regular viewer of Cardano Insights, you'll know that one of the main aspects of what Cardano is setting out to achieve that personally interests me and makes me most bullish is the mission to bank the unbanked. Firstly, witnessing this take place would be a massive win for humanity, levelling the economic and geographical playing field globally. Seeing those in the developing world being given equal standing and opportunity is going to be something pretty special to experience. Very few would deny this. But as I've mentioned before, this mission to bank the unbanked has far greater implications for Cardano than solely a great deed for humanity. If successful, how this is likely to translate into user adoption of the Cardano blockchain is a very intriguing question and concept I explore often. Whilst the majority of layer 1 cryptocurrencies show little interest in the developing world, IOG have identified from the very beginning that taking the technology to those that need it most and are most willing to embrace or implement it is probably going to be the most effective way to demonstrate its use case in real time and on a scale that, in blockchain, we're so far yet to see. Whilst actually delivering the real-fi solutions and rolling out the infrastructure to achieve this goal is going to be a long journey, we can see through the developments specifically in Ethiopia and Mongolia that great progress is already being made. If you want to grab the attention of a global audience, this isn't going to be achieved solely through NFTs, the appreciation of perceived high-risk cryptocurrency assets, DeFi applications or other degen activities we who are currently in the space already enjoy. To captivate a global audience, you need a strategy that will deliver real-world impact that turns heads, making mainstream headlines, something banking the unbanked is undoubtedly going to do. But for us to see a real acceleration in the adoption strategy being pursued by IOG, we know banking the unbanked goes hand in hand with connecting the unconnected. Without connectivity, the base layer infrastructure being provided in the most underdeveloped regions, the systems and real-fi solutions Cardano is intending to roll out would be redundant. This is what makes the IOG and World Mobile partnership vital, and I would go as far to say the most important collaboration in blockchain. So with this in mind, and as promised last week, let's briefly check in on World Mobile to get up to speed on the most recent developments. In the latest release of the deployment diary, the market access team have confirmed that permission to begin operations in Nigeria has been granted by the authorities, and World Mobile are currently working on additional licenses for value-added services. This represents another addition to the long list of countries World Mobile is making great strides to implement their connectivity solution in. The vendors and supply chain team have confirmed new airnodes have been shipped and are currently being deployed in Zanzibar. A quick check over at WMT Scan and we can see a very nice increase in airnode activity, currently at 123 and now fully operational. These new airnodes have a larger Wi-Fi range and are ready to support GSM and TVWS. The country rollout team also confirmed progress in Zanzibar is rapidly increasing, the local assembly airnode process is being developed quickly, and the operator applicant database is growing. In addition, the Aerostat site, which we covered recently, is now fully operational and ready to go. Detailed safety, due diligence and technical work is currently being carried out with the regulators. I think we're very close now to getting that Aerostat launch announcement we've all been waiting for, that will see Zanzibar being entirely connected, so watch this space. Further to this, in Kenya, they've completed the market mapping report with over 17,000 airnode locations identified, with preparations for the next steps now officially underway. The airnode applicant database in this region is also growing significantly. Finally, in Mozambique, site survey at the Empower site in Casa Real and local schools are to be completed across September and October, with updates to follow. Now recently, the World Mobile team were in Wyoming with Mickey and Charles meeting to discuss the next steps of the IOG World Mobile strategy. Off the back of this, World Mobile invited questions from the community for Mickey to answer directly, so I thought we'd run through some of the most interesting. When asked if World Mobile planned to expand into rural areas in Latin America and what advantage World Mobile have over space constellation internet providers like Starlink, Mickey explained, "We have several Latin American countries on our radar and in due course we will enter the region." To answer your question regarding satellite providers, every option for additional bandwidth is a great option. We're working with several low Earth orbit satellite providers to add additional bandwidth in remote areas or where applicable. Expanding on his views on competition such as Starlink, he delivered this: "Starlink and other low Earth orbit satellite providers are not a substitute for our dynamic network. Satellites compensate for the fact that they are a long way up by using very low data rate when connecting directly to a handset. That equates to around 3 concurrent Zoom calls per satellite or 9,000 simultaneous Zoom calls for the entire 3,000 satellite constellation. Low Earth orbits alone are simply not the answer for connecting the 3 billion people left offline to the high bandwidth services they need in the modern connected economy. Low Earth orbit satellites are a great addition to our stack, providing last resort coverage both for direct to handset in wilderness or as a backup to fibre connections." He continued, "We're working towards making a fully robust carrier-grade cellular solution powered by the blockchain community. Currently, we're leading the race to connect the unconnected with a full cellular service." Another community member also asked, "What do you think of T-Mobile and SpaceX Starlink integration recently announced? Could this become competition? Could World Mobile benefit with a similar integration?" Mickey responded, "A positive for us. Low Earth orbits have incredibly low bandwidth and are limited to how many people they can connect. If you watch the latest joint announcement from the two companies, they clearly define the possibilities. World Mobile is much lower to the ground and can provide meaningful internet to the masses rather than a few megabytes shared on each sector. Starlink is amazing, but it's not built nor able to provide internet to the 3 billion unconnected people on the planet." He closed off with, "T-Mobile is still using legacy infrastructure at their core and are held back by this. It is clearer than ever that World Mobile is needed after this announcement." When questioned about the ease of installation of the Aerostat balloons, Mickey provided a great insight here, explaining, "Aerostats are simple devices once manufactured, and their mooring stations are mechanical. The beauty of an Aerostat is that it can be put up and taken down within a couple of hours, and location moved if a requirement. Their flexibility is a great innovation for telecoms. This is something I wasn't actually aware of, and is yet another powerful weapon World Mobile have in their arsenal. The ability to easily erect, dismantle and or move the aerostats with relative ease is going to go a long way in enabling World Mobile to aggressively roll out the technology, maintain the size, and be able to combat any regulatory concerns that could arise that fixed legacy infrastructure just cannot compete with." Now we know Zanzibar is the pilot country where World Mobile are launching the first aerostat and fine-tuning the sharing economy. After this, they have maintained it would be a copy and paste for the implementation in other countries. Here Mickey was asked for the estimated timeframe of when he expects Zanzibar to be rounded up, and can we expect delays caused by a lack of supply to round up Zanzibar as a whole. He explained, when the sharing economy is fine-tuned, and as we are in advanced stages of optimization, it won't be long now. Supply chain issues are the bane of many right now, but we are well positioned to deflect near future issues that some will face, adding, we have several providers of aerostats and are prepared for a global rollout. Finally, the question when DIDs, referring to decentralized identities, was put forward, to which Mickey replied, we're already using DIDs for our air nodes and the mobile application will be released imminently, which will assign a DID to each subscriber. So some real great info coming off the back of this written AMA and deployment update. Air nodes continue to be rolled out, the first aerostat in Zanzibar is ready to go, the sharing economy in the final stages of optimization, many new regions being assessed, DIDs being utilised with the mobile application imminent, along with some pretty convincing responses with regard to the potential competition World Mobile faces. As always, we'll be sure to keep track of all the World Mobile progress as it develops right here on Cardano Insights. Now you may remember we recently covered Typhon Wallet with their latest release, which introduced instant transactions, the first of its kind in the entire Cardano ecosystem. Well, the team at Typhon just don't stop bringing us new features that in my opinion is quickly making it the go-to wallet for both new and more experienced users. Here they announced the release of version 2.3.6 where they've introduced an additional safety feature for their users. Now Typhon Wallet will show a warning if the receiving address entered or ADA handle is potentially a scam courtesy of SecurityBot NFT. This provides users an opportunity to double check and verify the receive address before signing off a transaction and potentially being the subject of another crypto scam. So great work Typhon. With wallet standards in mind, it's clear when they are eventually defined in the Cardano ecosystem, Typhon Wallet is going to be right up there as one of the main players who are clearly focused on security, user experience, and pushing the boundaries with innovative features. For anyone who hasn't tried it yet, I've linked Typhon in the description below if you want to download and check it out. Finally, and to Messari, they have featured often on this channel. It's no secret they are responsible for some level of the biased reporting when it comes to Cardano, who they have regularly omitted from their crypto analysis. However, today, some more positive coverage ahead of their annual crypto summit, Mainnet. As you can see here, Charles will be speaking at the event on the main stage this Thursday, that's tomorrow, and I've linked the details in the description if you want to sign up for free and tune in live. Interestingly, the topic he'll be speaking on is what everyone gets wrong about Cardano. Considering all the misinformation spread about Cardano, the subject matter and timing couldn't be more perfect, with the Vasil upgrade taking place just hours later. Think of it as a starter to the main course event. It's always great to hear Charles speak, and I'll definitely be tuning in myself. Hopefully the guys at Messari and all those in the wider crypto space tuning in will also benefit greatly from him doing what he does best in communicating the Cardano message. So that's it for today's installment of Cardano Insights as we keep track of all the developments and continue to spread those positive Cardano vibes. If you found value in the content, then please be sure to comment, share, like and subscribe to the channel. A quick heads up, you may have noticed I wasn't able to upload yesterday due to some unforeseen events, and it might be the case that there will be no video tomorrow also. I will do my best, but if not, I'll speak to you all on Friday. Until then, thanks for watching, have a great day, and as always, keep it Cardano.